Some men do not get rejected directly. They get rejected slowly. A late reply here, a canceled plan there, a dry response today, a vague excuse tomorrow. And because she never clearly says, "I'm not interested," the man keeps hoping. He keeps texting. He keeps checking in. He keeps planning. He keeps trying to prove himself. But deep down, he already knows something feels off. Her words say one thing, her energy says another. And that is where a lot of men get trapped. They start confusing mixed signals with mystery. They start confusing politeness with interest. They start confusing access with attraction. But here is the truth. When a woman genuinely wants you, you usually do not have to beg for basic effort. You do not have to chase every conversation. You do not have to force every meeting. You do not have to decode every little message like it is a secret exam. Interest has a rhythm. You can feel it. And disinterest has a rhythm too. You can feel that as well. In this video, we are going to break down 8 signs that a woman may not be serious about you and may simply be wasting your time. And make sure you stay until number 8, because that is the sign many men ignore the longest, even though it is often the clearest one. Let's get into it. 1. Her replies always feel like you are begging for attention. Everybody gets busy. That is normal. People have work. People have school. People have family responsibilities. People have personal issues. People have days where they barely touch their phone. So this is not about expecting a woman to reply every 5 minutes. That is needy. But there is a difference between someone being genuinely busy and someone making you feel unimportant. A woman who is interested may not reply immediately, but she usually comes back with warmth. She may say, "Sorry, today was crazy. I just saw this. I've been busy, but how are you? I missed your call, let me call you back." There is effort there. There is consideration. There is some kind of signal that says, "I may have been unavailable, but I did not forget you." But when a woman constantly takes forever to reply, gives you dry answers, and acts like responding to you is a chore, pay attention. Because sometimes the message is not in what she says. It is in how little energy she gives. If you send a thoughtful message and she responds 2 days later with, "LOL," that tells you something. If you ask how her day went and she replies the next morning with, "Fine," that tells you something. If every conversation feels like you are dragging words out of her, that tells you something. A woman who is interested does not always reply instantly, but she does not consistently make you feel invisible either. And this is where a lot of men lie to themselves. They say, "She's just busy. She probably forgot. Maybe she's not good at texting. She has a lot going on." Maybe, but if she can post online, reply to comments, watch stories, and stay active everywhere else, but somehow cannot give you one proper response, she is showing you your position. Do not argue with reality. A delayed reply once or twice is life. A pattern of low-effort communication is a message. And the message is simple. You are not a priority. 2. She cancels plans but never tries to reschedule. This one is important, because things happen. People cancel plans for real reasons. Maybe work came up. Maybe she is tired. Maybe there is a family situation. Maybe she genuinely cannot make it. So do not overreact because she canceled one date. But here is the difference between a woman who is interested and a woman who is wasting your time. An interested woman will usually try to reschedule. She may say, "I'm sorry, I can't make tonight, but can we do Saturday? Something came up, but I still want to see you. This week is bad, but let's plan for next week." That is effort. That is interest. That is a woman showing you that although the plan changed, her desire to see you has not disappeared. But if she cancels and gives you nothing else, be careful. If she says, "I can't make it. I'm busy. Something came up. I'll let you know." And then she never actually lets you know, you have your answer. A lot of men keep chasing after repeated cancellations because they do not want to accept the obvious. They keep saying, "Maybe next time. Maybe she's nervous. Maybe she's just bad with plans." But a woman who truly wants to see you will usually help make it happen. She will not keep creating distance and leaving you to do all the work. Here is the rule. One cancellation can be understandable. Two cancellations without a clear effort to reschedule is a warning. Three cancellations is no longer confusion. That is a pattern. And once a pattern appears, stop making excuses for it. Because your time matters too. You are not a backup plan. You are not an entertainment option for when she is bored. You are not supposed to keep booking appointments with someone who keeps proving she does not value your time. If she keeps canceling, stop asking. Pull back. Let her show whether she actually wants to see you. And if she does not, move on with your dignity intact. 3. She introduces you like you are just some guy. This one hurts because it can expose the truth very quickly. Maybe you have been talking for a while. Maybe you have gone out a few times. Maybe the conversations have been flirty. Maybe you have started thinking, okay, this might actually be going somewhere. Then one day you meet her friends, and she says, oh, this is my friend. Not the guy I'm seeing, not someone special, not even a playful introduction, just friend. Now, let's be fair. Sometimes it may be too early for labels. Sometimes she may not know how to introduce you yet. Sometimes she may not want to explain too much in public. But if you have been investing time, energy, attention, and emotion into her, and she keeps placing you in the friend category, do not ignore that. Because how a woman presents you often reveals how she sees you. If she is excited about you, there is usually a different energy. She may smile differently. She may stand closer. She may make it obvious that you are not just anybody. She may not even use a title, but the body language will say enough. But if she introduces you in a cold, casual, distant way, and then treats you like every other random man in the room, pay attention. Some men get trapped in almost relationships. You are not officially together. You are not just friends either. You text often, you flirt sometimes, you help her emotionally, you give her attention. You act like a boyfriend, but she does not claim you. That is a dangerous place to be, because you may be giving boyfriend-level effort while receiving friend-level recognition, and that is a bad deal. If she keeps calling you a friend, believe her. Do not try to decode it. Do not assume she secretly means something else. Do not think you can love your way out of the friend zone. Sometimes, when she says friend, she means exactly that. And if you want more than friendship, you need to be honest with yourself. You either make your intentions clear, or you walk away. But do not stay there pretending you are fine with a role you never wanted. That is how men waste months, sometimes years, hoping a woman will eventually see their value. Brother, if she cannot see it, stop standing in front of her begging her to look. 4. She says she is not ready but still wants your attention. This is one of the biggest traps. A woman tells you, I'm not ready for a relationship. I just want to see where things go. I'm focusing on myself right now. I don't want anything serious. Let's just be friends for now. And instead of believing her, many men hear it as a challenge. They think, I can change her mind. If I treat her well enough, she'll choose me. If I stay consistent, she'll eventually realize I'm the one. That sounds romantic in your head, but in real life, it can become self-punishment. When a woman tells you she is not ready, believe her. Do not turn her honesty into a mission. Do not volunteer to be emotionally available while she keeps her options open. Do not give relationship benefits to someone who has already told you she does not want a relationship. Because here is what often happens. She is not ready for commitment, but she is ready for your attention. She is not ready to be your woman, but she is ready to receive your good morning texts. She is not ready to build something serious, but she is ready to call you when she is lonely. She is not ready to choose you, but she is ready to keep you around. And if you are not careful, you become the emotional support man. You are there when she needs comfort. You are there when she needs validation. You are there when other men disappoint her. You are there when she is bored. But when it comes to commitment, suddenly she is confused. Do not do that to yourself. If you want a serious relationship, deal with someone who is also open to a serious relationship. You cannot build a future with someone who is only offering uncertainty. And no, this does not mean she is a bad person. She may genuinely not be ready. That is fine. But her not being ready does not mean you must wait in line. You are allowed to want clarity. You are allowed to want commitment. You are allowed to walk away from a situation that keeps you emotionally stuck. So when she says she is not ready, do not argue. Do not beg. Do not try harder. Just say, I understand. I respect that. Then move accordingly. Because the right woman will not need you to convince her to be ready for something real. 5. You are always the one keeping the connection alive. This is where you need to be honest. If you stopped texting her first, would the connection survive? If you stopped calling first, would she reach out? If you stopped planning, would anything happen? If you stopped checking on her, would she notice? These are uncomfortable questions, but they reveal the truth. A connection that only exists because you keep feeding it is not a mutual connection. It is a one-man project. And many men are in one-man relationships. You are always the first to text. You are always the one asking questions. You are always the one keeping the conversation going. You are always the one suggesting plans. You are always the one checking if she got home safe. You are always the one trying to create emotional closeness. Meanwhile, she is just responding. Barely. That is not interest. That is tolerance. And there is a big difference between a woman who likes you and a woman who simply replies because you keep appearing in her phone. Now, some women may not initiate early because they do not want to look too eager. Fair enough. But even a woman who does not initiate much will still show interest in other ways. She will reply with warmth. She will ask questions back. She will keep the conversation alive. She will show appreciation. She will give you openings. She will make it easy for you to continue. But if she never starts anything, never asks anything, never suggests anything, never shows curiosity, and never seems bothered when you disappear, then you already know. She is not invested. And here is a painful truth. A woman can enjoy your attention without being interested in you. She can like the validation. She can like the comfort. She can like knowing you are there. But that does not mean she wants you. So stop measuring interest by whether she replies. Measure interest by whether she invests. Does she ask about your life? Does she remember things you told her? Does she make time? Does she contribute to the conversation? Does she show excitement? Does she make you feel wanted too? If the answer is no, stop carrying the whole thing. Put the phone down. Let silence reveal what effort was hiding. Because sometimes, when you stop initiating, you finally discover there was nothing there. 6. She avoids clarity every time you try to move forward. At some point, every connection needs clarity. You cannot stay forever in the land of vibes. Sooner or later, somebody has to know what this is. Are we just talking? Are we dating? Are we exclusive? Are we building towards something? Are we wasting each other's time? Now, you do not need to rush. You do not need to demand labels after 2 conversations. But if you have spent enough time together, shared enough energy, and created enough emotional intimacy, clarity becomes necessary. And when you try to move things forward, her response tells you a lot. If she likes you, even if she is cautious, she will usually respond with some level of seriousness. She may say, I like you, but I want to take it slow. I'm interested, but I need time. I see potential here. I want to keep getting to know you. That is still something. But if every time you express interest, she gets vague, laughs it off, changes the subject, makes a joke, or acts like you are being dramatic, pay attention. She may say, Why are you so serious? Let's not ruin the vibe. Why do we need to define everything? Just relax. We're cool, aren't we? That might sound harmless, but sometimes vague answers are soft rejection. She does not want to lose your attention, but she also does not want to give you commitment. So she keeps you in the fog, close enough to keep investing, far enough to avoid responsibility. And that is not fair to you. A woman who wants something real may not have every answer immediately, but she will not constantly avoid the conversation. Because mature people understand that clarity is not pressure. Clarity is respect. If she keeps dodging the topic, dismissing your feelings, or making you feel needy for wanting to know where you stand, you need to step back. Do not let someone make you feel guilty for wanting direction. If she cannot give you clarity, give yourself clarity. Walk away. 7. She reads your messages but leaves you hanging. Being left on read once is not the end of the world. It happens. But being left on read repeatedly is a sign. Especially when she has a pattern of opening your messages and disappearing like she never saw them. That is different. Because reading a message takes attention. Choosing not to respond also says something. Again, she may be busy. She may be distracted. She may forget once in a while. But if she consistently reads your messages and leaves you hanging for hours, days, or until she needs something, that is not just busyness. That is low interest. And what makes this worse is when she comes back casually like nothing happened. No apology, no explanation, no effort. Just a random response whenever she feels like it. That kind of behavior trains you to wait. And waiting for crumbs can become addictive. You start checking your phone. You start wondering what you said wrong. You start looking at her online status. You start overthinking one message. That is not healthy. No woman should have that much control over your peace. If she repeatedly leaves you on read, stop sending more messages. Do not double text. Do not ask, "Did you see my message?" She saw it. And even if she did not, your self-respect should not depend on chasing a reply. The more you chase after being ignored, the more you teach her that ignoring you has no consequence. So do the opposite. Pull back. Let her wonder where your energy went. And if she never notices? Good. That means you stopped watering dead ground. 8. Her body language says what her mouth refuses to say. This is the sign many men ignore the most, because men often focus too much on words. But attraction is not only heard, it is seen. A woman can say, "I'm fine," but her body may say, "I don't want to be here." She can say, "You're cool," but her energy may say, "I'm not interested." She can say, "Maybe we'll hang out," but her behavior may say, "Please stop trying." This is why body language matters. When a woman is interested, she usually gives you some form of openness. She faces you. She listens. She smiles naturally. She holds eye contact. She asks questions. She leans in. She seems present. She gives you her attention. But when she is not interested, her body often tells the truth before her mouth does. She leans away. She avoids eye contact. She keeps checking her phone. She gives short answers. She looks around the room. She seems bored. She creates physical distance. She acts like she is waiting for the interaction to end. And if you see this repeatedly, stop pretending you do not see it. A lot of men keep pushing because they think persistence will change the energy. But sometimes persistence does not look romantic. It looks like you cannot read the room. If she is physically present but emotionally absent, that is a sign. If she is sitting with you but texting other people the whole time, that is a sign. If she looks more excited when someone else walks in than when you are speaking, that is a sign. If every interaction feels like you are performing for someone who does not care, that is a sign. Do not ignore nonverbal rejection. A woman may be too polite to say, "I am not interested," but her body will often tell you. Believe the body language, because the body rarely lies for long. If this video opened your eyes, hit the like button so more men can see it. Subscribe for more videos on dating, attraction, self-respect, and understanding women better.